Honestly, we're just people, and if we can do it, you can do it. Like legitimately, there was nothing special about our early videos or anything. We just practiced a lot.
Each of you individually, what is your favorite trick shot you've ever done?
Well, I think it's got to be the level 100 in our perfect timing video, where through the frisbee, through the spinning ring, and into a basketball hoop. Took a month to make.
Do you know like how many hours that took individually, or have you never even calculated that?
We've kind of like estimated it generally, and I would say in the like at least 50 hours. I'm guessing.
Yeah, 50 like 40 to 50.
Like I don't know. I just know it was like a lot of hours. Drive like 15 minutes to get there.
Early in the morning.
And then literally we'd have 7 frisbees. And we'd throw 7, and then I'd go and run and collect them and bring them back.
We definitely try avoiding having like all of the frisbees or like ping pong balls like on the ground, because we don't want to look like it took us ages, even though we do say it, but like we don't want it to look like ugly, I guess.
I feel like that's what kind of set you apart, like even in the beginning of your videos, was that even if they weren't like shot on high quality cameras or with bad lighting, they were just like the trick shot stood out because it was like very simple in the background. You guys did good on cleaning.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
There are some where, like in the beginning, we would have like a bag on the ground and stuff like that.
It's definitely frustrating for us every single time we don't want to do it, but we do. You know, like I'm glad it pays off, because really, like it's a hassle to go move everything and clean it. And by the way, that is my favorite trick shot as well.
That's your favorite as well. What's my favorite of yours as well? Too, so.
Tommy really likes that boomerang dart shot we did a while ago. That used to be his favorite, I think.
So that was like both of you together. What's your like trick shot you've done like solo? That is your favorite?
Probably the Robin Hood for me. Yeah. Because I liked the story of it, and I just thought it was creative. The way it just looks really cool.
Yeah.
And most of the shots that I like are actually both of us.
Yeah.
But I think probably that one. The one I got in 5 tries. I'm going to say in our Impossible Odds video.
Okay, yeah.
Because that one was that was shocking to me. I did not expect it.
I liked when Tommy made the first Robin Hood, because like I didn't even know that was like actually possible. Like I'd only seen it in like old dart footage of like pro dart players hitting it. So, but my own, that's really tough. Actually, I really like my first cap on cap that I ever did back in 2016.
Yeah.
Because like I was actually trying to prove to Tommy that it was impossible.
Okay.
Because I wanted to post the video without that shot, because I always like wanted to just get stuff out. And Tommy was thinking like we need that shot in the video.
Yeah.
And I was trying to prove it to him. So I was like dropping it, showing how it doesn't land, and then I just flipped it and made it like it was like the first try on camera that I actually flipped it. So there's nothing that actually compares to like how I felt after making that shot. It's definitely not the most impressive, but for me,
in the moment it is. Like that was like the beginning of bottle flip stuff, and nobody had ever even thought of that.
Like legitimately, he thought it was literally impossible. I thought it could have been impossible as well, because the first one took me 14 hours. So I thought this one was going to be harder. And I remember at school, one of my friends was like, "You've got to do one where you flip a bottle and then land one on top like this." And I was like, "Yeah, we already did that." And we hadn't posted the video yet.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah.
My favorite shots, though, are the ones that I think are impossible going into it. Like that one perfect timing one, the level 100, I also thought that was impossible. Like it was one of those that I was trying to tell Tommy, I'm like, this isn't going to work. And then we had to like actually throw it from like a foot away just to make sure it could go through the ring, because I was convinced it wouldn't work. I'm like, it's spinning too fast for the frisbee to get in.
Is that usually how it goes? Tommy says something is possible and you don't think it is, and just go down to it?
Kind of.
Usually. But right now we're working on something that's the other way around, where I kind of think something is impossible, and Matt, and it feels hard. It's hard to be the one who thinks it's impossible, because I don't want to try it, because I literally think it's possible. But so props to Matthew for letting me convince him so much.
At this point, it's like the ones that I think are impossible are the ones that go the most viral. So I'm like, let's just try stuff that I don't think is gonna work.
There it is. You're the dreamer, and then you just go out there and try for fun. What's your longest trick shot? Is it a bottle flip?
It's probably that one still.
It's still that one.
Well, I feel like there's a bunch that are around like 40 to 50 hours. There were a lot of bottle flips I would say took like 30 plus, or like pretty much like both of the triple tower bottle flips that we did. The one with like dice in the middle.
Gotcha.
Like those took like at least 20 hours, all of them, basically. Yeah. And like by the end though, got really good where I could probably get it again in less than 20 hours like if I did it again. Which is how most trick shots go.
Yeah.
Like you get better. But yeah, those all took ages.
It seems similar though too that once you guys have unlocked a trick shot that maybe took you guys a long time, other people are able to kind of recreate it or do it pretty quickly afterwards. What do you think that's about? Because I feel like
they're just better than us.
But no, I think it's the same thing of like somebody couldn't do the like 5-minute mile or whatever it is, and then once somebody did it, maybe there's more people that are trying it or something.
Yeah. Well, actually
that's definitely a part of it.
I legitimately think we're the most average people. And like honestly, we're just people, and if we can do it, you can do it. Like legitimately, there was nothing special about our early videos or anything. We just practiced a lot.
The trick shots that we do, it's not like you have to have insane like physical qualities to be able to do it. Like it just takes practice and perseverance. And I do think that once people find out it's possible, they're gonna be more likely to do it without giving up.
And who knows, like maybe we're really bad at trick shots and we're just the first one to do something and like, man, this took 50 hours, and then someone's like, let me try it, and in 10 hours they make it or something.
Yeah.
I was gonna go back to the bottle flips. What's up with your sitting stance, Matthew?
Oh man. Part of it is it gets very uncomfortable sitting in the same spot like for a long time. So I tried out all these different like stances, I guess, and ways of sitting.
I can just picture it right now.
Yeah,
exactly.
I
know it's so iconic.
That one probably feels the most comfortable, but even like I can't do that for too long at a time.
You gotta like switch back and forth, or
yeah. But I think that's for some reason that stance is the one I'm best at. So like if I think I've got a much better chance of making it when I'm doing that. Because like I do switch up like how I sit a bunch when I do those, but I just don't make it very often unless I'm sitting that way. I don't know what it is. And there's also weird things like I can't flip a cap on cap on a table as well as I can do while sitting on the ground. I don't know if it has to do with like the angle I'm flipping it.
Yeah.
It's really strange, but
interesting.
Yeah. If you guys sit that way, maybe you'll land some cap on caps.
I cannot sit that way.
I think I'm not sure, but I feel like the one cap on cap I did, I'm pretty sure I'm sitting very similar because I was watching the video. I was like, no way.
I do think it has a big difference. So if anyone wants to land those bottle flips, try sitting how I sit.
We need to give that a name. The Matthew sit. We need a name for it.
Those bottle flips though, they are painful. That is something that the viewers don't see. Your back starts hurting, your legs start hurting. You wouldn't think bottle flips are painful, but like I'd much rather be doing a frisbee trick shot outside than flipping bottles on the floor. It hurts.
So you guys are saying that you're like average, or at least Tommy was you're average. But I know you guys played like sports growing up. What did you guys do sports wise?
I played soccer since I was 4. I played it all the way through high school until senior year. And I basically dedicated all the athletics to soccer until our YouTube came around. I remember like the summer we were doing our bottle flip video. I was also really focused on my soccer skills. And I'd go outside and shoot in our backyard and do all these touches, which is one of our earliest videos, is a little soccer dribbling video.
Gotcha. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, and it came really it came in handy for our trick shots to have a soccer base like that.
Yeah.
And then the other sport we played was basketball.
Gotcha. Yeah. Because I feel like at the beginning of your videos, I saw there was like a few soccer shots of you just like doing stuff into the hoop behind you for People Are Awesome entry or whatever like that. Yeah. And then, I mean, there has been basketball shots in pretty much every single one of your videos to some extent. Do you feel like you're pretty good? You guys have a good shot?
I think that's about all we got.
Yeah, we're the sharpshooters in our team.
We got a basketball court in our backyard now that like I've gotten pretty good at shooting 3-pointers. I used to, that's all I used to do. I'd sit on the, like behind the 3-point line and just shoot. That was my job on the team.
Both of us, but that was our job.
I felt like I was genuinely kind of decent at soccer when I played that.
No, we were both good at soccer.
Soccer was like what we were talented
but we
at,
were small, like super
Yeah.
small. Like when I was in high school, I was 5'1", and I had no muscle at all, and so I had good touches and good skills, but anyone older than me would just plow me over, and I would fall over. Yeah.
So,
I do think that like soccer came in handy a lot though, because like the normal American, I just don't think is that good at soccer.
Yeah.
Like if you've never played it, you're not gonna look very good.
Yeah.
And like soccer trick shots are some of the hardest there are. So like if you've never played soccer before, I feel like some of the stuff you see like of a soccer trick shot, I'll be like, how did they just do that?
A crossbar and then hitting the ball out of the air.
That was crazy. I think we got pretty lucky with that because it didn't take too long, and like I felt like I was just kicking the second ball randomly because like I didn't know where the ball was gonna be at that time. So like I think we did get pretty lucky with that.
It was so clutch. I would call it clutch because we needed to score it that night. We went at night. We had one shot left. It was our final shot we made in the video. And the next day, I don't remember what was happening. Maybe we were going on a trip or something. But we felt like we had to make it that day, and he was clutch and made it.
And earlier that day, we actually like made the shot, but the ball like hit the ground first or something like that. It like bounced because instead of the ball going up when it hit the crossbar, it went straight down and then bounced up, and then I hit it. And we did not count that. So I was glad we made it again because we were thinking about, I think, possibly using the other one.
Gotcha.
Because it was getting
I don't even remember that actually.
I remember that pretty well, but it was getting dark, and then we made it luckily. So that was one of those that I'm like very glad we made it when we did, because there's some that you feel like all like the odds are just totally against you, like or like Tommy did this one bounce shot in Florida where he hit the rim like 50 times. Like it wasn't that hard, but he just could not get lucky one bit. It was like the complete opposite. And then there's some shots that you get close once and it goes in. That feels so nice. And that soccer shot was one of those.
Those are the good days. Speaking of like redoing shots, I know that you guys, that's amazing. So you're like, you're not like, that's okay. Right? You guys do redo shots if you don't like it, how it turned out. What's the like most frustrating redo of a shot you had to do?
I have to think about that one actually. But we've redone a lot.
We don't tend to redo the ones that are like level 95 and above, like the ones that take 20 hours. Then we're like, if we get it, even if it looks a little bit bad, we're still probably gonna use it.
You guys try to have like on your level 100, I feel like there's like 7 cameras recording everything just in case you like. You only have 2?
It's normally 2, and like sometimes it's like honestly just 1, and like that's a little nerve-wracking.
We live life on the edge. We're risky. We're super risky.
Because we do film a lot on iPhones, and for some reason they just like stop filming sometimes. Like and that terrifies us. Like sometimes we'd be shooting for a couple minutes, and then look back at the camera and like, wait, it wasn't filming the whole time. Like, and then we're like, oh man, I'm so glad we didn't score that.
Now I remember the one that bothered me the most was the shot in trick shots, but the targets get smaller. We had 2 candles set up, and I bounced a ping pong ball, and it blew out one candle, bounced off a board, and blew out another candle. And I made that shot, but the second candle, I hit the candle and not the wick, and it was really close. And I spent like over 20 hours, 25 at that point. It was one of the most frustrating shots we've done because candles, they burn and they get lower, and you need it at the right height. So it would be like so hard to actually get the angles right to line with both candles. And so I spent probably another 5 hours on that one until I got it for real.
I do want to say though, it wasn't perfect when you did get it.
It wasn't
I will
perfect,
say you
but
could
it
get
hit
it.
the
You
wick.
could get it better, but
Yeah.
at that point, it was one of those 20-hour ones that you're like, that works.
Yeah. I remember thinking like, I'm never doing another candle trick shot again.
He says
And
that. He
I
says
say
that sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. And I think I don't know if I've done one since.
Really?
Yeah, I really, it really was just like frustrating for me that shot.
Tommy says that kind of a lot. I feel like I'm never gonna do that type of video ever again. Like when we did like this video a while ago called like real time trick shots, it was basically like one take trick shots. Tommy said after that we're not gonna do that ever again. Yeah. But then during quarantine, we started trying it again, and like we had it like we had it like when we started that video, we had it basically impossible. Like we started with like bottle flipping onto a backboard and like all these crazy trick shots. And it took like a month to actually get it like
that's wild
to where we wanted, I guess. And we did have to make it easier to have it be possible, but it drove us crazy. Like those videos, Tommy was like, I told you we should never have done this ever again.
And I said again, we're not going to do this again.
And now he said that. Yeah. So we'll see if that ever happens.
Part 3. No, it's not going to happen.
I want it to happen though. Those videos are like fun to make, but at the same time, it's kind of stressful.
Like everyone in the house, what is kind of each person's role within what you guys do?
Everyone kind of just like works on, like for Maggie, she works on matchup. Isabel works on open house. Colin and Owen, they work on their channel, which we kind of set up the videos for.
Yeah,
I would say Colin and Owen basically just like compete in challenges. That's kind of
vibe.
They kind of just they just vibe.
Yeah, they win prizes.
Has Colin like does he do any like ideas or anything, or do they just kind of just show up and do the video?
Sometimes they'll say like we should do this, and then we'll use
There's videos they want to say like basically for their next video they're like we think you should do a video for an Xbox. So I guess that's what they come up with. But they're like really talented at sports, so it's pretty easy to come up with stuff for them to do because I feel like they can do pretty much anything that we can.
I would say like we kind of let them just be kids and go to school and do homework, and then we'll get all the videos set up for them and have them film for like an hour. Yeah.
For us then, well, Maggie does her thing. That's pretty much what she does, and she'll help us out like if we need it. And same with Isabel. But then Tommy, he does a lot of the That's Amazing work. I'd say more than I do because I do most of the Colin Amazing stuff, and I try to be in pretty much every matchup video myself.
Gotcha.
And I make an appearance in pretty much all of Isabel's vlogs. I kind of just go whoever.
He's the Instagram guy too.
That's
He's the short form. That's a lot of Matthew. I'd say shorts is both of us.
And trying the super long trick shots.
Yeah.
Because I feel like for most of our That's Amazing videos now, we need both of us here at the same time. Because our favorites are the ones with both of us doing stuff. That's how most of our shots are nowadays, I feel like. At least the ones that take forever. I'm still in college, so whenever I'm at school, like Tommy will try like this solo one. So in our upcoming video, which you haven't seen, no one knows what it is. Tommy's got like a lot of solo ones, and I'm in like the ones with Tommy.
Gotcha.
And yeah, Tommy edits That's Amazing. He could say what he does, but yeah, I mostly do Colin Amazing shorts and just make appearances in all the videos.
Yeah, I do That's Amazing, and I edit That's Amazing. Edit shorts, sometimes come up with shorts. Normally, Matthew's the only one who really works on the Colin Amazing videos. Sometimes I'll film it and be in a few, and I'll be in Maggie's videos and Isabel's, but I never plan those. They just kind of ask me, hey, can you do this?
Our parents play a huge role in helping us too.
If it wasn't for our parents, we would not be like where we are now. Do bottle flipping all day, no matter what, like if it was rain or shine.
I made 20 bottle flips in a row for the first time in pouring rain. That's what we were trying to do for the first bottle flip video. Not 100. We were trying to get 20. But basically, Tommy beat my record, and then I beat him back.
Yeah, like so legitimately, it was our competition between each other that got it up to 100. Like he would break my record, and then I'd be like, I want to beat the record. So I'd break his. And then eventually he did a 100. Yeah.
But Yeah,
So
our parents help out a ton. Like more than people would expect. Like they're basically like full-time That's Amazing and full-time parents.
So you now, Tommy, are doing like That's Amazing stuff pretty much full time, right? Like that's all you're working on now.
Yeah. It's really fun. It's fun and it's also scary at the same time because I have no idea what I'm doing.
We're not business experts here. We're kind of just like
we're winging it. We've been winging it since
but
2012. Yeah.
I saw that I read another interview that you guys did, and it was like it said that you guys were not schedulers, you were scramblers. Is that a very good way to describe it?
It's the perfect way to describe it. Yeah, and it still is.
Yeah, that's definitely true. We're trying to get better, but
yeah,
I feel like it makes it more authentic and like we're able to adjust on the fly. Like instead of being months ahead, like we could always make a video about a trend immediately if we wanted to.
Yeah, that's what I feel like does make people a good content creator or whatever in general, is being able to like have some sort of format, but then like whatever is new and trending, like if you can adapt to it, like when shorts came out, right? You guys hopped on shorts and started doing that, right? That wasn't a part of your agenda before. And
we were just talking about this today.
It's our shorts
channel's birthday. And I was like, I remember when we started that. I was like, we just did it spontaneously on a vacation in Florida. We're just like, let's make a shorts channel.
Yeah.
We had no plans. We kind of planned it to be like an Instagram. Like our Instagram was 200K and we just kind of post updates. We actually didn't expect it to get like any views, and it somehow blew up. Like when we started shorts, we had no idea. We just wanted for people who liked our stuff to watch the little clips.
It was in like the really early days of YouTube or YouTube Shorts. Like we had no idea what they had planned for it. Like they didn't even have like a separate tab for it. Like there was nothing. It was just like a normal YouTube video that was vertical.
Yeah.
I was just like, this would be fun because I back then we also didn't have comments on our main channel. Yeah. And like I love interacting with fans and stuff. So I thought it'd be fun to like go back and post some of our old stuff and just like get comments from our biggest fans and respond to those.
How does that feel, like not having comments on stuff?
It was really, really tough. Like
we understand why YouTube did it, and because of kids stuff, but we really liked reading our comments a lot when we had it, so we were glad to be able to
guys have comments for.
We had comments up until our igloo video on our main channel, and I don't remember when that was.
That was, I think,
2019 or
3 years ago.
Yeah. So and we just got them back, I think, last
2020.
We got it back right before we posted the perfect timing video, I think.
Gotcha. That's a long time to not have any comments.
And there was one random video that did get comments during that time span because like YouTube was like I don't know, there was like a glitch. And we got comments on Trickshots from level 1 to 100, the first one we ever made, first level 1 to 100 video.
Yeah.
That was the best feeling.
It was
like a video we worked the longest on, and we got to see all the positive feedback on that. So that glitch I was very thankful for. Yeah.
So speaking of 1 to 100, like you guys, like when did you start doing that, and how did you think of doing level 1 to 100?
Basically we always were trying to come up with what idea to do next, and so this was in 2020, kind of at the end of my senior year of high school, I think. No,
you were in college.
I was in end of my freshman year of college. And I was watching YouTube and I saw a video, push-ups from level 1 to 100. And they were just doing like push-ups, different ways to do push-ups. And so I was like, we could do that with trick shots, where you start easy and get harder at the end. Because I thought it was a pretty like interesting idea, because I'd never seen it done before. And so I looked at other level 100 stuff, and I'd only remember seeing like push-up videos.
And there's video games. That's like the whole format of video games, is like moving up levels and stuff like that. Yeah. So back then, when you looked up level 1 to 100, you get like video game gameplays and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So putting that the trick shots,
the push-ups and everything. Did you got to get at those push-ups?
Oh yeah, I had to make sure that I could do all the push-ups before we started it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. So after that, you did the first level 1 to 100, and you didn't even change the format ever after that. It's like level 1, and then it goes intense music with
yeah.
And then like at level 15, you say, as the trick shots as the levels get higher, the trick shots get harder or whatever. And you just kept that the entire time. It just hasn't changed. It's crazy.
We just know people liked it, so we're scared to try anything different.
Yeah.
And it works.
It was we were kind of shocked to see like the stats on that video. Like normal trick shot videos that we make without like them getting harder as they go on, people just like leave throughout the whole video. Like people don't normally stay till the end, and we're like, we always save our best shots till the end anyways. We got people to watch because like they knew the best was at the end. And like I think back when like our bottle flip trick shot 6, the last bottle flip video we made was before the level 1 to 100 videos, and practically no one watched like the best shots.
In that video, was almost all of them were like level 90 to 100 shots for like 3 minutes straight.
Yeah.
And it didn't do as well as our level 1 to 100s. And it was nice because level 1 to 100s allows you to do some easy trick shots that that are still like incorporated into the video and makes sense.
I feel like with those lower levels, like you can do stuff that's easier, but still allows you to be creative and stuff, and think of new ideas. Even if they're easy, you can still put them in the video because they're just fun and everything like that. So are we ever gonna get another bottle flip video, or are you done with flips?
It's hard to say no because of how big they've been, but not anytime in the near future.
Yeah, it's always good to pull out like one impressive bottle flip trick shot in a video because like we got really good at them.
You will see more bottle flipping,
but making a full video on that is very tough. And I mean, it's been like 7 years since the trend started.
One of the reasons though it's hard for us to do another one is because we've done so many like impressive like 30-hour back breaking things.
Yeah.
So to like beat that, which is everyone expects when we make another video, would be hard.
Yeah.
And especially after not really flipping bottles for 3 years, I'd have to like
we have to get warmed up
practice hard again. That is not good. It's not fun because it's painful if you're doing it for 30 hours.
What's your just like your favorite type of video to make? Like that you most enjoy the process of doing that?
Like the ones where we go on vacation to film something.
Oh yeah,
okay.
Those are great.
Like, so we went to Disney and we rode all the rides. That was one of my favorites of all time. And I like when we do collabs.
Yeah, collabs are my favorite to film. I'll say that because I mean the people that we have collabed with have been so nice, and like it's genuinely just so fun, and like you get to learn stuff about them, and like we've gone to trampoline parks when we do that, and like those are by far the most fun, I think. Yeah. But the best feeling like after you're done are the videos that we spend months on. Like,
how often do you go back and watch your videos?
Oh, a lot.
I mean, like sometimes it's just like on our TV because we pretty much like always have like YouTube running for like our sister, and then like sometimes like I'll be like, oh, I'll watch this video right now. But like every like couple months, I'll just like sit down and just like watch like all of them, like all of the videos that I liked. And normally it's when I'm like inspired to make one like better than those. I watch them all and I'm like, man, these are crazy.
Yeah. I love sitting down and watching my videos. It's just so like if you don't enjoy what you're making, then are you like because I feel like initially I used to make parkour videos and they got no views at all. But like I made them just for myself, like so I could watch them because they're so fun. Like I would have like 40 views on a video. I would say probably 27 of them are me, and then maybe my mom.
I mean, that was definitely us too when we started.
Yeah. We would show our family, like we would show our family, our cousins, and We'd always want to show off our videos.
Yeah, they were just like obnoxious, like I don't even know, like just us acting like little kids. And, like I think has made like a video like watching some of our old clips, but we would just film a ton of stuff like before even YouTube, just like for us to watch, like for fun.
So have you felt like you always just liked to create videos in general?
Yes, always. And I remember even like when I was like 5 and my parents had a video camera, I would go crazy in front of the video camera. Like I'd be like all up close to it. I just, whenever they would turn a video camera on, I would be a completely different person.
Oh, it's so fun. Yeah, I remember the old VHS like camcorder thing my dad had. Whenever he turns that on, I'm like, hey, watch this, film this. I know, like in the Robin Hood Dart video, you told me that like you kind of were inspired by Mark Rober and the like calculation aspects of doing that and everything. Who else do you think you have been inspired by? Your biggest inspirations for each?
Without a doubt, for me is Dude Perfect. Like literally, I love Dude Perfect. Like that's why we started our channel in the first place.
They were the first YouTube channel I think we ever watched, really. At least I ever watched.
I remember watching their videos thinking like, how in the world do they do this kind of stuff? Like it looks so fun. I thought Dude Perfect was the best. And by far they're the biggest inspiration for us that we had. Yeah. Like we just wanted Dude Perfect to like notice us. We just wanted them to see our videos.
And I mean, there were also like all the other trick shot channels back then too. Like How Ridiculous.
That's a big one.
How Ridiculous is really big, and
they were awesome too. They were so nice when we met them and the bottle flipping times.
When we were going big for the first time, like we might not even have 100K yet, or I don't know. We were really small and had no idea like what to do with the subscribers and like YouTube. Really, like we were shocked to go viral back then. Like we went from 1,000 to like people expecting a video like immediately, and then How Ridiculous like FaceTimed us, and they were like the first channel. Like,
that was before your 250,000 subscriber special or whatever you did. That How Ridiculous video bottle flip video.
Well, I want to actually shout them out here because like when we had, I think it might have been before our video was viral at all, our water bottle flips 1.
Okay.
I sent it to them when it had like 1,000 views, maybe less, or it was not viral yet. We had like we had about 1,000 subscribers, and we said like we made 7 in a row on the cap, and they actually responded to us.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Which was like actually such a big inspiration to me. It made me feel so good, and which is one of the reasons why we try to connect with our fans and who comment on our videos, because we know exactly how it feels. To really want to get a channel's attention, like How Ridiculous. Dude Perfect. So I think about that a lot actually.
Because I feel like especially when you're growing up, there's like moments of like somebody you like look up to, like just noticing something can like drive you for a really long time. Like it really can. It's such a powerful thing that like creators can do, is connecting with their fans on a like personal level. I think it's really cool.
We also got a comment from like Brody Smith before we had 1,000 subscribers. That was like the first ever like YouTuber to comment on anything. So
you guys were doing those frisbee shots for a while too. Like I feel like those were one of the first videos as well.
We'd always do those in like the freezing cold temperatures. So, like I don't think the shots like are that difficult, but the fact we were outside like all day in like freezing temperatures was crazy.
We were just not strong back then or good at frisbee. No, so like what you're seeing is the best
shaky like oh my gosh, the way it wobbles, I'm like, dang, they were chucking that like y'all were
like I would use all my strength to tuck those frisbees.
One time on Tommy's birthday, it was like pouring rain, and it's like in the winter, and he wants to go outside and throw frisbees and try making a trick shot. That was what he did on his birthday as a kid. Like
I dragged Matthew out with me, and we went to the park, and we were there for 3 hours and never scored. And I was so sad. I remember being so sad.
There were also like other YouTube channels that didn't do trick shots that like inspired us, sort of. Like Studio C was one of them. I don't know if you know who they are, but they like make like skits.
Scott Sterling.
Okay.
Yeah, Scott Sterling. And like
yeah.
that made us
Oh
that
my
made us
gosh.
love.
That was such a fun time of YouTube, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like the biggest struggles of like doing trick shots. Like what's the hardest thing that you do? Like that you run into when you're working on a video? What's your least favorite part?
Well, in the beginning, really the only hard thing was like just spending time on the trick shots and like doing it to the point where you're exhausted.
Mhm.
But I feel like nowadays it's like just coming up with the ideas that are better than your last ones is very, very, very difficult. Like I can't even really like until like you've been there, like you don't really understand like how hard it is to come up with an original trick shot, which is like pretty much all we try to do is like come up with something new that no one has done before. I mean, there's so many trick shots out there. It has to keep getting harder, and just like mentally, like it's tough to do something that you know is gonna just take hours. Just even coming up with them is so difficult.
I feel the same way because I'm working on this the 1 to 100 card throwing thing, and I wanted to have it out pretty soon. But like, it really is a struggle of just like, I want every shot to be, like I have a few of the earlier levels that are kind of like done before, but just a little bit better shot. Like because I feel like I've done a lot of shots before and just not filmed them great. So I just working on that. But like everything over like level 50 is like never done before, like card throwing idea, and it's literally like destroying me because the last one I did was like I didn't know if it was possible when I was started doing it. Like I was like testing it out and the testing wasn't working, and I was like, well, maybe it'll work if I just do it. Like there was no reason I should have tried it at that point, but I ended up getting it, and I have no idea how it works because the test of it didn't work. So
yeah, and you showed me a preview of it, and it's really good. It's really good for everyone watching. It's amazing. It really is good.
One other thing for me that's really difficult right now is managing like my time at school and at home. And Tommy went through the same thing because he went to college for 2 years when we were posting like every other week. But now, like, I feel like we take a long time to post our videos, and when I'm gone, I basically can't like help on them at all. And it gets really stressful sometimes, like being at school and be like, man, I just can't, like, I gotta be working on some YouTube stuff, but then I got homework. I gotta have some time to have fun. It's just like it is so difficult to manage. None of my friends have any idea like how hard that is. Like I'm like going back and forth between school and home so much, and most people like stay at school like for months straight.
Yeah.
Like I'm, I try really hard in school too. So to keep up good grades, it's practically impossible, and I'm practically always working on something. With so many people that like are excited for videos to come out, I always feel bad when we take too long to not post it. And that's something that just always messes with my head. I'm always sitting like if I'm ever taking a break, I'm just like, man, I need to be doing something right now. So it's kind of like a never-ending cycle of like I got to be doing something. And I know Tommy dealt with similar thing, like which is why he's not in school right now.
Yeah.
Dealing with school and YouTube was a lot.
Pretty much having like 2 jobs. Not like a part-time job and another part-time job. It's like you're working like an average work week is like probably 40 hours a week. And I know, at least with doing trick shots myself, I'm working way over 40 hours a week just doing I'm working like every day 8 hours a day usually.
Right, that's amazing for you guys. I think that's really good because I think the more time you spend, the better your videos are going to be. So for you, I think it's really going to pay off because that's what I think about when I think of our really hard high school. For me, high school was hard because I had to do school and work, and I don't regret a minute of it, even though in the time doing it, it felt really hard and stressful. It really paid off.
Like I'm doing exactly what I'd love to do. So it's like, I'm not, like, I can chill, but also I have as much fun chilling as like when I'm sitting and doing a trick shot. So I'm like, really? What am I,
Yeah, really. It's not quite like for us, we loved it so much. That's why we were doing it. Like if we didn't like it, there would be no way we'd be making videos.
Definitely not.
Have you felt a moment of being burnt out of doing trick shots?
There's definitely been a moment where like I'm just exhausted and I gotta take a break. And I mean, I never once thought about quitting at all. Like I would never think about that.
Yeah.
But there's been times where I'm like, yeah, I need a break because it gets so exhausting. Or at least like, let's make a different type of video, something like that. And like with our level 1 to 100 video that's coming out, like we did take a break because like it was so tough. Like this summer we were trying that level 100 shot for so long, and then there was just a time when I was going back to school and like we hadn't posted in forever, and we're like, let's switch gears and do something else for now. But like obviously we're not quitting on that video. We're gonna go back, but it's more like not like I want to be done forever. Just like we need a break. Let's switch gears to something else.
That's exactly how I feel. Like after we finished that perfect timing video, I just wanted to like lie down and watch it. You know, the feeling was the best feeling in the world getting that video out. I remember just like lying in my bed at the week after that was posted, thinking like, man, I'm totally satisfied. Like right now is just the point we needed to reach in YouTube. I'm like, I don't need any more. Honestly, I thought that I was like, this could be the peak, but it's not going to be. It's not going to be. But I was like, man, I'm just totally satisfied with all the hard work that we did. It paid off. And then I would say that video got me like, we put so much effort into it that I needed a break. So we haven't posted another level 100 since. Yeah. And I think that's part of the reason is that video. And so we are going to be back. We're going to be back making more videos soon. But I would say like literally this year was the first time I felt like almost burnt out, but not really burnt out, but just tired. Like I needed a break, but we're going to be back in 2023.
Yeah. I pretty much never want to actually quit trick shots either because like there's a different feeling from going viral on like a challenge video compared to like a trick shot video. I feel so much more proud when it's a trick shot video that gets all the views. If I got like 50 million views on us, like on the new mini golf video we did, I'd be really happy. But if we got like 30 million on a level 1 to 100 video that we put like all of our effort into, I'd be probably more excited about that. There's just a different feeling you have when you spend all the time and it does well compared to like a fun challenge video.
Definitely. So okay, this is a fun hypothetical. If your videos like didn't get a crazy amount of views, still be making content and doing trick shots if they were not like they're getting the most views out of any trick shot page on YouTube. So do you think they would be different, or what you guys would have pivoted into something else?
I think it's a really good question, and it's something that I actually think about a lot now. Like after the success of our 1 to 100s and just getting views, it makes you think like, am I doing this because I like it, or am I doing it because it gets views? And it's really hard because I don't really know sometimes. You know, I don't know. I just know that I want to do it, and I think back to the days when we didn't get any views, because that was like 5 years of making YouTube videos and getting no views. And we used to do other types of videos, and trick shots were our favorite, and they would get the least amount of views. And we were like, we're gonna stop doing the ones that get views because we really like doing trick shots, even though we knew we had the slightest chance possible to go viral. Yeah. And so I think the reason we do it is because we really like it. And I'm glad, like honestly, we started YouTube because we liked it. And I think that's still why we do it. Yeah. Like if we got no views, I would still make, I'm convinced I would still make, literally like spend hours trying to make videos for my family only.
I think trick shot videos are definitely like, I like doing it. So I think I'd keep doing it pretty much no matter what. And I also do think that trick shots don't really get boring to me. Like if you keep leveling them up and keep changing up how they are, they're always going to be interesting. Like on pretty much every social media, trick shots do incredibly well. And I don't think it'll be changing anytime soon, as long as they keep getting better or different. I just love doing trick shots. And back in the day, like we would get so many more views making like a video game video or something like that. and we just kept making trick shots because that's what we liked, and that's what I liked watching afterward.
Like, too, thinking about getting views, what a view is someone watching your video and liking it. And I really like how people comment and like our videos. Like, it makes me feel really good. So having people watch our videos is one of the reasons why we do it, because we want other people to be inspired and to enjoy it too. But I know basically I love watching our videos, so I would make them just if I were to be the only viewer. But really, being a YouTuber allows us to get a lot of people to like it. So that's what we really love about it.
And I feel like it helps you make videos better as well when you have people viewing them and saying things, and you're making it for yourself, but you're also making it for like to make your viewers like engaged and like really inspired. Like I know that I love Dude Perfect. I watched Dude Perfect growing up, but like your videos are so much more inspiring because of just like, I don't know, I feel like maybe I can relate to you guys a little bit more through the videos. Like I know Dude Perfect is like, they are very hilarious and relatable and whatever, but like I can at some point I'm like, Dude Perfect is just, they're so big and like huge. I'm just like, it's hard for me to even be like, whoa, I could do that. But like your stuff is like you sitting there with some bottles and a camera at the beginning, and I'm like, oh, I can pick up a camera and do this.
Yeah, thank you so much about that. But I think Dude Perfect will always be the GOATs, the trick shot GOATs, in my opinion. They'll always be the best. But I'm glad that you liked our stuff. That's literally why we would do it.
And it's for like the other people. Like one of my favorite things to do is just read comments. Like I read probably 99% of them. So I mean, if you leave a comment the day that we posted a video, I will read it unless it shows up in like spam or something like that. And I love that. And I mean, I think out of like all YouTubers, we might respond to like the most comments or like interact with the most comments. Like we like heart so many of them. Like
because you guys like started as fans.
Yeah,
we started as fans.
You guys started as fans.
I mean, we literally are still.
I kind of feel like we'll always be fans, like legitimately.
Like
it just doesn't seem like we have an effect on people like Dude Perfect has on us. Like I just don't see that. Like I feel like Dude Perfect's always the best. And when people think like our videos are great, sometimes I think like, how could you think that about us? You know, like because I think we're just normal kids that were fans of YouTube growing up and just made videos.
Being a fan, I feel like makes you have good videos too. Like, if you're such a fan of something, you really do gravitate and learn so much like from other people. So do you guys watch other people's trick shots nowadays, or do you guys mainly just try to do your own stuff?
I mean, we have always watched other people's trick shots, and like, I mean, back like years ago, we'd watch every small channel. Like, we knew like pretty much everyone in the trick shot community.
Yeah, like literally everybody basically.
And now, like, I mean, we watch your stuff. We watch a lot of the other like big trick shot channel stuff. And the thing is, we're not really like inspired because we tried doing stuff completely different, which is the hard thing. Like when we watch something like, oh, well, we can't do that anymore. But like we do watch them, and like they're really, the trick shots today like blow our mind. Like they're just incredible compared to like 5 years ago. Like there's so many I see like on Instagram that I'll be scrolling. I'm like, no way, that's crazy. And like obviously the way we do stuff is like we just try making everything original. So it's hard to get inspiration from them. But like we do watch them, and we, instead of inspiration, we're like, oh well, we're not doing that anymore.
Well, it can inspire you by knowing what you can't do. It makes the constraints small.
That is very important for us. Like we don't want to do something that's already done, so we do watch other stuff to like make sure we're not just like recreating something people have already seen.
Has there been a moment where you had a trick shot you wanted to do, and then you saw somebody did it, and then you're
many times.
But our rule is if we do it first and like then see it, we're still gonna post it if it's already been scored. So.
And I want to just let everyone know who does trick shots. Like sometimes I've seen comments saying like we've copied one of their stuff. We did not see it. Like we come up with all our ideas, and if we see a video and if like we do something that someone already did, it's because we didn't see it. Like we did not intend to just. We don't look at people and think, "Oh, that would be cool to do," so I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think. I think copying, like, we don't get mad when people copy us like at all, because like we think it's like they liked our trick shot. It's definitely like when I see something, like I'll try a lot of stuff that other people do because I think, well, that's fun to do. Like I'm trying to think of an example, but like I've always wanted to do like Dude Perfect's like DVD into the Wii or like Xbox.
Yeah, I've never seen you guys do any.
We've never done that because
I've never done a Wii shot either. Actually,
so cool. I want to try that when I get the chance. I don't think I actually have, but like there's a lot like we try off camera for sure.
Yeah.
Or like we might like incorporate it into like a challenge video, like when we need to come up with like 100 trick shots. Then you might see something that someone's already done.
Talk more just about like originality. I think it's a really good point of within stuff. So when I first started doing trick shots, I came from doing magic, right? So in magic, the whole thing of being a magician is you kind of just steal people's tricks and you don't give them credit for it. Like legitimately, because you're just going and performing. Like everybody does the same tricks. Like like now the top creators, like you go see David Blaine do stuff out on the street, like some of that's himself, but almost all of it, the techniques at least, are all from other magicians, and you don't really ever give them credit. So when I first started doing trick shots, I just was like, oh, I'm gonna just do these trick shots that I saw somebody do. And now I've realized that it's a different space. And like initially, like when I was first making videos, I was just doing the card throwing shots that I saw Jaejin Ho do. And like just doing them myself because I was like, oh, I could probably try that. Like I thought it was like a challenge, you know, like somebody made up the like kick the water bottle cap off the bottle.
Oh yeah,
the bottle cap challenge.
I have no idea who did the first one, and then everybody was doing it. So I was like, oh, this is just like a challenge. And then slowly I realized, like me and actually him, initially he was pretty pissed off at me. He was pretty upset because I was just doing his trick shots and I was getting views on them. And we've made up since then and like not tried to copy him if he has an idea, because he has so many ideas that I think of in my head. And then I'm like, maybe that's not even possible. And then it's like a week later and he posts it. I'm like, oh, dang, I should have done it. But yeah, I've slowly been able to like figure out like how can I do this in a own unique way instead of having that same mindset that I did from magic.
And I just want to say, like, too, we don't care about what other people do. Like, we wouldn't care if you did our shot, really. But
and copying, like, I honestly think like it works. Like when you want to start out a channel and you see something really cool, like it does help you get a start. Like we probably started by like when we were really small, like just copying like what Dude Perfect did.
It's almost impossible not to copy.
Yeah, we made like stereotypes videos.
I saw the beginning videos, the stereotypes.
And then like we did like realize like when we started getting views, like, oh man, this is kind of bad. So like when we posted one of our old ones we made like a year before, like a year after we made it, we posted it, and like before we put like a disclaimer, like we totally copied, but like we thought it was funny. And I definitely think like to start out, like if you think something looks fun and you want to try it and post it yourself, like that's totally fine. Like I love seeing people like do like our bottle flips that we did after us, like the one with like dice in between that, like I didn't even know if it was possible when we tried it. Like a bunch of people did that after me, and like I was like, no way. That I respect you a ton for doing that, because that was so difficult. And like when people recreate some of our hardest trick shots, I enjoy watching it.
The craze of like 1 to 100 videos is massive now, but even now, like if I look up 1 to 100, it's gonna be you guys like at the top of. If I just look up 1 to 100, nothing else.
And I remember when we did the 1 to 100 videos, thinking this could be a trend. Like we want things to be trend. Yeah, we want people to do.
We want people to copy us, honestly.
Yeah,
like, not exactly like because
be inspired,
creative,
it,
but like know? A lot of the videos we make are like we want people to go out and try this themselves. So make it more of a trend.
Like a goal for any original person who wants to make their own ideas, I think should be for it to become a trend. and for other people to do it. That actually should be a goal that you shoot for, because it's inspiring other people, and it's like people liked your video, and if people aren't watching it, then it's never going to become a trend. And so like bottle flipping, we hopped onto the trend. We didn't invent bottle flipping, but our kind of personal goal
within it
is to just, you know, we, as That's Amazing, we try to come up with the original ideas. If we copy someone else, we try to give them credit, and then that's all we do, and we don't care about what other people decide to do.
So a cool story I think we should mention is we were trying an in-sync video years ago, and it was too difficult for us to do. We didn't ever finish that. So respect to you guys for doing that video.
Really hard.
It's our first video too. I heard you guys were trying to be a lot better than we were though at it.
That turned out to be one of like the best things for us though, because we used the shots from that video that we started with in our first trick shots from level 1 to 100.
Okay, like
the half court shot,
the half court shots at the same time.
Over the head half court shots. That was so hard, and that was for a different video.
Yeah, I don't know if we've ever said that anywhere, but we were trying like in sync trick shots.
Gotcha. But you were trying to make them like in our video, like there's some that are like perfectly in sync, but like I bet you guys were like, oh, if it doesn't go in at the exact same millisecond, then we got
that.
That's exactly why.
You know, the whole redo thing we were talking about earlier, that would have been like a lot of redos per trick shot. So we said no.
We did synchronize like with 4 people with Michael Shields and Trickshot Sam and everything. We were doing the synchronized like game of 7, but we only did 5, and only up to 4 sounded good. Like, and we were doing that for like 3 hours.
In the celebrations, you could tell we're genuine on that one. It was like all hyped. Yeah, everyone.
That's one of those like challenges that I tried out, but like I didn't want to copy whoever started that. So like we never posted that ourselves, even though like everyone was doing them. It got a lot of views. But like believe me, we tried that out.
We played for fun. Matthew and I did that.
Yeah. And it's hard.
It is really hard. Like, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I don't know if I've talked to you guys about him before, but Creasy. I'm pretty sure
we know him.
You know Creasy?
He was one of the first people that we actually watched.
Yeah.
Like he was one of the original trick shot channels.
He's one of my favorite trick shot channels actually too. I think it's like you guys, Dude Perfect, and him. Like his stuff is so fun. So fun.
And we always thought that he was like the most like creative person that we knew. Like
he had really good, like, he has great format ideas, and then just the shots themselves are so like so much distance too on these shots, and they're shot really beautifully, and his contraptions are ridiculous. Like my brain just can't do that.
Oh yeah,
he was so very impressive. Very impressive. I still enjoy watching him sometimes. I just saw one of his recent ones. I watched it recently. It was where he dropped like 8 ping pong balls at one time, and they all went into the same cup. It was this like Rube Goldberg shot, and I thought it was like really cool.
He was like us. We wouldn't post very often, but like whenever he posted, we'd watch it.
I met you guys at VidCon. At VidCon, did you guys get recognized a lot?
No. VidCon was one of the spots where we didn't get recognized that much. We tend to get recognized more when we go to like sporting events or like the Dude Perfect tour was the craziest experience for us because we went to their first tour. That was a while back, and we did not expect people like we'd never been barely ever were recognized in public before then. But I mean, that was our target audience right there.
That's literally right there.
Like, we were like taking pictures like the whole time we were in the hallways. Normally, like it's sports places that we get recognized, not really like in public at like VidCon or something.
Yeah, I feel like that's nice because like, okay, how many views do you guys have on YouTube? And overall,
we have at least like 4 billion.
We'll count on our shorts. I don't think like shorts fans would recognize us really.
People who watch us on shorts probably wouldn't recognize us on the street.
So that's the thing that I feel like is kind of interesting is like if you were like a person that does like talking to the camera shorts and you had 4 billion views, like you would be a known like
yeah,
icon kind of thing, right? Like, and I feel like that would be a little bit more annoying. I think there's something about trick shots that allows you to get virality without people like throwing themselves at your like news and media throwing themselves at your personal life. I feel like you know what I mean?
Because we in our trick shot videos would have most of the views. Like we barely even say a word.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. People don't even know our names. They're just like red shirt.
Yeah, like
sometimes in our comments.
An average viewer
Sometimes
of that.
I think you're one person too.
Yeah, I know. It's really strange. Like that guy and it's two of us.
Yeah. But like the ones that we talk more are probably the videos that like gain us like actual fans that would come up to us when we see them.
Have you been recognized? Because you get a lot of views on shorts. Subscribers almost.
I've been recognized like a few times. So like at my Bengals bar, a lot of Bengals fans know who I am because which is like that's who I want to recognize me as other Bengals fans because then they're like, oh, Bengals trick shot guy. So and then I have a connection with them right away. So yeah, like a few people at Bengals things have recognized me. And then one time I was on a plane and this kid is like staring at me for like 30 minutes. And I'm like, hey, what's up? And he's like, you throw the cards. And I was like, yeah. I was like, nice.
That's awesome.
So that like 2 times. But in general, no, which is I like that.
I like getting recognized every time. So
the ones
I hope people do come up to us.
Yeah.
Like I don't want people to be scared.
If you see us in public, really come up to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at Colin's basketball games, that's probably like the main spot now. Pretty much like the other team always knows him. It's probably like more pressure for him, like knowing he's got fans playing against him. But like yeah, that's the spot. Pretty much every time we go to a game, he gets recognized. Or like if we're in the fans, they'll ask us or we're in the stands, they'll ask us to flip a bottle or something. So that Colin's like age group, I feel like all watch his videos, especially like the Colin Amazing ones.
Yeah.
So he gets recognized a lot by people his age.
And then those videos, usually you guys are like behind the cameras and anything.
Yeah. People used to think I was their dad because I was always behind the camera, wouldn't show my face.
Oh, that's funny.
They're like, your dad's mean. Because like, I mean, I'm like their brother, so like I might be like, oh, come on, you can do better than that. But like, if that was a dad saying that, that wouldn't be like as as good.
Yeah. What are you doing here? Come on.
Trick shots, we love when they're big. So like all the viewers right now, just subscribe to like everyone and like we gotta keep trick shots big on YouTube.
I feel like the more like it's a cool space because nobody takes from anybody else getting views. Like if you guys get a lot of views, then trick shots become more popular and then people are more likely to watch other trick shot videos because there's an overabundance of lots of types of content, but there is an underabundance of trick shot videos. So it's such a cool thing. Like more people making trick shot videos and doing really well with them too just helps everybody out in the long run.
The world needs more trick shots.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
The world needs more trick shots. Yeah.
So within like that statement, when you guys hit a trick shot, like I know as a magician, like a trick shot is almost like magic to me because it's like this singular moment of time when like everything aligns. What's the like feeling you get when you hit a trick shot?
Relief, shock, the best feeling.
Shock normally, like just
it's like nothing else.
Like it's like, did that just happen? Because like we spend hours sometimes just doing the same thing over and over again for the same result every time, and when something different happens, you scoring the shot, it's like the craziest thing.
It takes a second to register,
and then you always freak out, like, oh boy, did the cameras get this? Like that always goes through my head.
It's like, and yes, my moment.
You always have to watch it and make sure it's there, and then you get the relief. And if it's not there, then you're like, Oh man,
You get like a secondary celebration once you watch it, and you're like, "Oh, I got the perfect angle on this too."
You're right.
Yeah,
you're
no,
right.
so
The secondary celebration can be better. Than
you,
the first
you
one.
celebrate it, then you watch on camera, then Tommy and I look at each other like, "No way, we did that."
Because there's always that little element of doubt, like maybe that camera didn't catch it, so you're always a little contain yourself on the first celebration, and then when you see the second one looks good, you're like, yes.
And I've always thought, like, I think in my head, like, man, what am I gonna do when the shot goes in? Like, how am I gonna celebrate? But there's like, you just can't follow through with that. Like, our reaction is always like the normal reaction, like, because when it happens, you're just not prepared for it to happen. Like, all the whatever I was saying I was gonna do in my head, it just goes out the window, and like I just scream or something. Like, I've had voice cracks a couple times.
Yeah.
I have to quiet the audio sometimes with those voice cracks.
After the first triple tower bottle flip I did.
Oh yeah, we have no audio.
There's no audio. People think it's like fake because of that, and
but
like
really,
there was a vacuum going in the background at the time. My dad was like vacuuming, and I had a complete voice crack. So. For the people that think that's fake, that's what happened.
That's hilarious. That's all of my questions that I have. Any closing statements?
Like and subscribe.